Aryna, congrats on the win. It was about as close as a two-set match can be. What do you think got you over the line?
Yeah, that was a tough match. She played really incredible tennis, and I don't know. I was just trying to stay there. I was trying to fight, and I'm super happy with my mentality today on the match. And I think that's the only thing I've got today on the court, and that's the only thing that really helped me to get the win.
Okay, questions? David?
Congratulations. I thought you might come to press in the Gucci outfit from the video from last night.
Ah, okay.
I'm just wondering.
We were thinking, but I mean, I think it's already like enough of that beautiful dress.
I wanted to ask.
I wanted to bring something new.
I wanted to ask more about the collaboration, how it came together, and how excited you are for it.
Well, Gucci is bold and expressive, and I think it's the best fit.
More like perhaps encore collaborations with Gucci?
I mean, I'm not closing the door for that. We'll see. We need to, unfortunately, talk to Nike as well, but I would love to see that. I think it's perfect time to bring fashion on court, and Gucci is the best brand, the best fashion brand with the best designer right now, and I think we can do really cool stuff for on court. Okay, I cannot see you guys. Sorry.
A tennis question.
No, come on.
You've talked a lot in the past about adding more spin to your forehand and making it a more heavy shot, not just flat. I'm curious, like, how much of that was a technical change and how much of that was an attitude change?
Well, yeah, it was a big change, and before I used to only hit like a flat balls from both sides, and it's a big technical change, and but lucky me, I didn't struggle for so long with this change, because probably I was young, and I was desperate for some changes, and it was pretty easy change, but it was massive change in my game, which gave me a lot of benefits in the future. So yeah, it's like technical plus like mentally you have to be ready to like you have to be open for a new thing to be able to change it.
See a lot of players on the WTA tour hitting with more spin these days, like Iga, Coco, Zheng. I'm curious, do you think maybe in the past there was a belief that in order to play attacking tennis you had to hit flat? And maybe that's changed a bit.
I think it's changing. I think we're taking a lot from men's, and heavy shot with the spin. It's much more aggressive than just a flat ball. It's not that easy to to block it, to actually, I don't know how to say, accept the ball. I don't know how you say to hit it back. You know, it's heavier. It's completely like, I don't know. Oh my God, English, please come back. It's not that easy to.
You mean like hit it back with pace, right?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Not easy to hit it back. Return, yeah. Oh my God, I'm off. I'm so into Gucci right now, so my English is not working. Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really off today, but I'll try my best to explain myself.
Okay, Charlie.
The world number one. I just wondered what sort of expectations you found, about being like an ambassador for the sport and that kind of thing, and if you think those expectations are different for a women's world number one compared to a men's world number one.
Come on, guys. I'm just telling you, my English is not working, and you're asking me these tough questions. What is the question again?
What the sort of expectations you found as the world number one?
From people, you mean, or from myself?
I guess both. Just like, whether you should be, the extent to which you should be an ambassador or like a figurehead for the sport, and if that's different.
I think you have a huge influence on the next generation. That's the only expectation I have on myself, and that's the only focus I have, is to be a good example, to show that you can balance things, that you have to have fun and also be really focused on your career, just so the young kids are not making the same mistake that I made, being like too much on tennis, and it's actually create a lot of pressure, and it's kind of like destroying yourself from inside. So I'm just trying to be example for the next generation, to be fun, to be willing to do things that you like, that brings you joy, but also at the same time being focused on tennis. And that's the only expectation I have on myself. Like, I don't know what people expect from me. I think it's the same. Doesn't matter, like man or woman. You kind of like represent sport, and people see you. And I feel like it's important to be just to be yourself, true to yourself, and to be a good example.
Aryna, you've got this incredible tiebreak record in slams now. Can you just speak a little bit about how you deal with tiebreaks mentally and how you sort of focus for that period?
I don't know. I'm just taking one ball at a time, and I know that every ball is important in the tiebreak, and you cannot lose your focus for a second, because it's gone like really quickly. So you have to be there 100%, and that's my approach. I just take it one point at a time.
I want to ask you about your next opponent, Victoria. You guys haven't played, but do you know her? Have you communicated with her? Have you hit with her? And also, how you feel about the young players now? And when you were 19 and on the tour, if you find
almost a decade ago.
Well, if you think that success coming at a little later stage is a good thing, if you can just talk about all of that.
Well, it depends. I mean, first of all, I never actually talked to her, never had chance to to practice with her, and I only seen her outside. I was watching some matches, and yeah, she's a great player. She's a fighter. She's playing really, really good aggressive tennis, and I feel like maybe for me it wasn't like, it would be really tough to handle the success at young age. But I feel like now seeing these girls at so like young age, achieving so much, playing such a great tennis, being really mature, it's incredible. I feel like they mature much faster than for example, on my example, than I did, you know? So it's incredible to see how actually like smart they are, and how like the approach is really, really good. They have a great team around them, so it's cool to see.
Smashing it. There is Novak, Wawrinka, and Cilic, and they're staying relevant all the time. And right now they're in the third round. Is it about physics, preparation, or something else? And can you imagine yourself to be that relevant in a 37 or 38 or 40, for example?
So you don't want me to go for family? Well, these guys are legends, GOATs, and especially Novak, you know, he's been developing his game his whole career, and right now he's really relevant with the young boys, and he's playing incredible tennis. So I feel like it depends on your physicality, of course, and mentality, and your approach to tennis. And he's very healthy, fit, he's really focused, and yeah, at this age, he's playing incredible tennis. So I feel like there is no age anymore in sport, you know. It depends how you approach everything, and if you have a smart team around you. So I feel like, yeah, your career can be extended for I don't know how many years. Talking about myself, I mean, I'm not sure, but I cannot say anything because you never know, you know, you don't know what's waiting for you tomorrow. So, but like ideally for me, I would love to, I don't know, maybe have kids at, I don't know, 32 or something. But knowing me, I know that I love to accept tough challenges. So I feel like even after having kids, I would love to challenge myself, like coming back and see if I still have it, if just to challenge myself, you know. So probably we're gonna see me being that grandma on tour, trying. Hopefully, I'll be pushing these young girls. So we'll see. Let's talk about that in 10 years. Yeah, that's a long time.
You seem to have made a real habit of winning ugly, I guess, when you haven't got your best tennis. How do you go about doing that? You know, we saw you frustrated, particularly in the first set. Is there something that you make, you know, you concentrate on? Do you just concentrate on just getting the ball back over the net, or do you just resort back to your very basics? And just to follow up on that, could Aryna of 5 years ago even won that match?
No, definitely not. I mean, Aryna 5 years ago would probably be focusing too much on the way she feels and would completely lose this game. But nowadays, with the experience, and I learn a lot that it doesn't really matter how you feel. It's all about your mentality, your like mental strength to be there, to just try your best to put the ball ugly, like with the terrible technique, with completely body being disconnected, but just try to put it back and fight, because you never know, you know, you have to stay there and you have to fight, and you have to show your opponent that no matter how I feel, no matter what's going on, I'll still be there, I'll still be fighting, and I'll still be willing to find something that's gonna help me to be willing to fight in the match. So yeah, and in the moment, I was just there and trying to connect my body and trying to just put that ball back on that side without any tactic. Obviously, I had tactic going to the match, but when you see that things are not working, the only tactic you've got is fight and try to put the ball back on that side, and that's what was my approach today.
And sorry, just to follow up from that, having just had a match like that, what do you do this afternoon, tonight, to, I guess, put it behind you, wipe the slate, and prepare for Victoria?
Well, we did a little bit of cool down in the gym, a little few things to connect my body, but also today I will completely disconnect from tennis, like forget it, and tomorrow I'll go and I try to put my body back together. And you know, that's the beautiful thing about Grand Slam, that you have one day to change everything completely, and also in the Grand Slam in a long run, like it's almost impossible to have a great day every time you play in there. So today was not the best day, but I know that tomorrow I can change things, and next match I can show up with being completely different. So I'll do everything I can to connect my body back together, and I know that I'll be willing to go out there and to fight for every point.
High temperatures are expected in coming days, maybe 40 degrees. How do you cope, and do you think the right protocols are in place to protect players? Keep players safe?
Well, that's a tricky one. I know that, like, if the temperature reached, I don't know how, like 35, 36, I think there's a heat rule on. So I think they're gonna, on the stadiums, they have to close the roof. But outside, I think players can just take the heat rule, and I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't like play the match because I think it's too much on our bodies, but I'm glad that at least we have a heat rule. There's a lot of ice, and it's all on players to take that heat rule. And at least on the stadiums, it's going to be covered, I believe. But the weather being crazy, it's a lot of adjustment on the strings, on your approach to the match. Depends on the weather, because it's going like a roller coaster. So yeah, we'll see who adjusted better next days.
Victoria, I know you haven't played her, but what sort of challenge is it for you when, you know, it's her debut, Australian Open, she's made it to the fourth round, having the time of her life and nothing to lose up against you, who's got plenty on the line?
Yeah, that's the challenge, that they go out there and they have nothing to lose. But also at the same time, I don't believe that mentality that they have nothing to lose, because I've been in their shoes, and you still go out there with hopes that you're going to win this one and you're going to be the young one to win the slam. So they still have something to lose. And for me, I'll have the same approach. You know, I still, like, it doesn't matter what my opponents are feeling like or what they experiencing. For me, it's the same. I have to go out there, I have to bring my best tennis, and I have to fight for every point. And that's my approach. And once again, she's an aggressive player. She's playing really great tennis, really heavy shots, and I'm also quite experienced, quite aggressive, so I know it's going to be a great battle, and I'm super excited to face her for the first time.
Okay, last question.
Besides shopping at Gucci, what will you be doing on your time off in Melbourne when you get away from the courts?
Honestly, just shopping in Gucci. That was my best relaxation, let's say. But also we were going for dinners with the team. I was just chilling in the room watching tennis, and probably have to go outside to walk around a little bit because next couple of days is going to be impossible to do that. So I might just go outside and just enjoy the city. I love being in Melbourne. It's a beautiful city, a lot of beautiful parks. So maybe shop in Gucci again. Just need to, get a lot of stuff.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Oh yeah, of course. I have it in my room. You might see me walking around in that one.